Other news around the NFL, not much else. Like we said, it was just kind of just kind of see things going on. The two things that I kind of saw, obviously, Gardner Minshew, throw it up there. He is the starter. That is huge. I think even their coach, gosh, I can't remember his name. I know it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's going to pop up right here.
Antonio
Pierce.
Yes,
so
that's
close.
Correct.
Yep.
So close.
He basically came out and said it wasn't based solely off of last night's game. There was a lot of factors. We do feel that Gardner gives us the best opportunity to get off to a fast start, and that's what we're going with. We support him. Our team's behind it, and our staff's behind the organizations that are behind it. So everyone's behind it, which I love. And I also think that Minshew obviously has a lot more experience.
Yeah.
He's played. I don't know if he's played a lot of playoff games. I know he played, I think, like a couple downs and stuff with the Eagles and stuff. But I agree. I think he is going to be the better of the two quarterbacks. And plus, you did give him a 2-year deal. You might as well give him a shot.
Yeah.
O'Connell's not going anywhere.
Also, he's only 28.
Yeah, he's
I thought
not
he was
old.
a lot older. I mean, that's older, but still,
No.
like I thought he was like 32. Is what I would have guessed.
And no. Yeah, he's not. Because I mean, it was when did he graduate or left Wazoo?
19.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
he could still like theoretically play 4 years and be like he could be a 4-year starter like no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
that's an interesting. He's in an interesting age that it's like okay, if he does good enough, we can sign him for a couple more years and still keep
100%.
him.
I mean, he has his career stats. I mean, just the ones that I care about the most. He's a 62% completion percentage, which isn't bad. He averages 7 yards a throw, 59 touchdowns at 24 picks in his career, which is, I mean, he's never been a big pick guy. Even at Wazoo, he was not. An average quarterback rating of 90 over his 5 years. You know, with San Diego, with Jacksonville, he had 3,200 yards. With Indianapolis, that was his first year when he actually got some starts. And then Trevor Lawrence obviously came in, and it's like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And then at Indianapolis, he had 3,300 yards, and he had 15 touchdowns and 9 picks. He was not like, I think people disrespect him because they think he's a backup.
Yeah.
But I think he's genuinely a solid quarterback. Do I think he's going to be like Geno Smith and take you to the Super Bowl? No, not at all.
Yeah.
But I think he's a much better quarterback than people think he truly is. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I do agree with the call. I mean, you're paying the guy pretty decent money. You might as well give him a shot. It can't hurt. And I think it's also really funny that about in 2018, that summer, he was supposed to be a quarterback's coach for Nick Saban.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's the starting quarterback of the Raiders. So anything can happen in your life. You know, I think it's really cool. He's kind of a goofball, so it's kind of fun to see that.
Yeah, one of my friends from high school actually ran into him at a bar at WSU like recently.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, that's crazy.
He's been back and forth quite a bit because he does a bunch of, I mean, he's kind of our poster boy right now.
Yeah.
He does a bunch of NIL stuff, so he takes pictures and does much things because they have like there's a couple beers and stuff that the Cougars have. I can't think what they're called. There's like the Crimson Apple, and then there's another one that just came out from. I want to say it's from a beer company local to here, but it's strictly like if you buy it, it goes strictly to the NIL. So it's kind of cool. So I think Wazoo's kind of doing a thing with it. That was big news.
Kellen's a fake fan because he doesn't have a Gardner Minshew Raiders jersey yet.
Oh, I'm gonna get one now that he's the starter. Yeah, I was waiting for him to be the starter. I have a Jaguars one. I never got an Eagles one because I just don't like the Eagles at all. I couldn't do it. I should have got a Colts one. The Colts are actually kind of a sick one. I might still get one because I could probably find one, but But I'll definitely get a Raiders one. I mean, the Raiders I don't really have a favorite football team anyway. I do follow the Seahawks the most just because they're in my backyard.
Yeah.
But the only other big news that I saw, the Steelers are in trouble. They have two quarterbacks that played a bunch of backups and scored 3 points. And these are like supposed to be legitimate quarterbacks. Yeah. They looked terrible.
Although Justin Fields did escape one sack that was kind of insane. I don't know
and
if
then
you saw that highlight,
you see the throw that he threw?
I didn't look.
Oh my gosh, he had a wide open guy downfield and overthrew him. Russell Wilson obviously was coming off of an injury, so this was his first thing, but he was, 8 for 10 for 47 yards over 5 series. Offensive line gave up 3 sacks. Nice. That was his problem for the Seahawks forever. Can't get out of it. It just was. It was
bad
just
offensive
bad.
lines just follow him.
And Mike Tomlin obviously said we didn't do a good job enough to protecting the quarterback. We've got to do a better job to protect, which obviously I agree with. But you gotta you gotta make some passes. They just both look, and they were against like backups. Like these are like Justin Fields and
Not
Russell.
Like
Russell Wilson has been. He's never been like really an MVP. Should have probably been.
Still gone to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, and he's a Pro Bowler. And Justin Fields. Everyone thinks that he's supposed to be really good. So
I don't know. Crazy times.
It's interesting to see what they're gonna do. And I have no idea who their third string is if he did anything.
I have literally no idea.
But yeah, should be interesting for that. But really, again, not a lot of football stuff going on. Still strictly.
Don't forget Josh Dobbs.
What about Josh?
He led 3 consecutive scoring drives.
For who?
The 49ers. He's their backup.
Josh Dobbs is never going to see.
Josh Dobbs is amazing.
Isn't Josh Dobbs one that was on like 6 teams last year? Yeah, that's right.
What a guy.
The other funny thing that I saw, which made me laugh, and I sent it to my stepdad, was, because he's a Minnesota fan, the headline goes, Minnesota's looking for a quarterback. And they go, they should look towards Atlanta. They have a Kirk Cousins who's a great quarterback that might fit this system perfectly. And I was like, uh-oh. It's kind of funny.
That's good stuff. I did see a rumor. I don't know how real it is or if anything is going to happen, but the Seahawks could trade for Penix. I don't know if it'll happen, but it's been like a interesting thing.
No. I think Penix is going to be a good, like I've always said he's going to be a solid
even played though? Yeah.
I don't think so.
I didn't think he had either.
I think he's going to be a solid professional quarterback. I think he's not going to be as good as people want him to be.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be solid. I also think to me, a lot of teams do this. There's no reason to trade for Penix right now. You have Howell, who's younger than him, I believe.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure Howell's 23, and Penix has to be 24 or 25.
I think Penix is 23, but I'll find out.
Is he? I think Penix might be older than that. The other one is Bo Nix, because Bo
24. So
he is younger.
But what's his face? Howell is still younger though, because Howell's birthday is in September, so he will he'll turn 24 in like a month though.
Yeah. So there's that, which obviously that's not really like a big difference. But to me, I just look at it and go, Sam Howell has professional experience.
Mm-hmm.
He's not injury prone. And like at least give him a chance before you try to trade, because you're going to have to give up something good for Penix. Penix was a first-round pick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was 8th overall, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So you're going to have to make
a lot of money.
Well, he makes good money, but you have to give up a good chunk of, you got to make up a good package for him.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I look at it and just go, if you're going to run Geno to the ground, run him to the ground this year and see what happens, whatever.
Yeah.
Then literally maybe draft a quarterback and let Sam Howell have the reins for a year or two. See what he can do. Like,
he could be good.
The world moves so fast to where it's like, oh, Geno has 2 bad games. Well, he cut him. He's terrible. He trade him for a bag of chips. It's like, okay, relax, guys. Like, I get it, but same. It goes with anyone. I mean, look at like Peyton Manning. They were like, the Colts were like, oh, he's washed. He had neck surgery. He's done. Won the Super Bowl for the Broncos. Went to 2 and got smoked by the Hawks, and then won another. But
yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's interesting. I would say don't do that. I also don't think the Falcons would be crazy to take him 8th overall and then trade him.
That would be wild.
But I don't know. And again, when you gave Kirk Cousins all that money, you might as well play Kirk Cousins for a couple
You'd
years.
think.
But I don't know. Thanks for listening to the Kind of Athletic podcast. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials and come back next week for next week's episodes.